Alright, buckle the fuck up, because we're diving deep into this. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just straight truth. Let's break down what's going on here. Imagine you're standing in front of a giant dam, and you're holding a bucket of water. Every time something bothers you, you fill that bucket up with a little bit more water. It's easy to ignore the small ripples at first, right? No big deal. I'll just leave it. But over time, that bucket fills up. And what happens when the dam gets overloaded? It bursts. That's what's happening when you avoid confrontation. Every time you let it slide, you're just piling water into that fucking bucket. Eventually it's going to crack. And when it does, all hell breaks loose. You're not just dealing with the things that pissed you off. You're dealing with all the shit you never confronted. All the suppressed feelings. All the pent-up resentment that floods out of you in a messy, ugly wave. When something bothers you, don't wait for the dam to break. Take a moment. Talk about it. Let the water out before it's a flood. It's that simple. No more letting things pile up until you blow your top over something tiny. Picture this, you're walking along and a little turd gets stuck at the bottom of your shoe. It's small, not a big deal. So you keep walking, ignoring it. But then another little piece sticks, and then another. Each one is tiny. So you just keep moving forward. But now, every time you take a step, you're dragging the shit around with you. It starts to build up. The smell gets worse. You can't even focus because you're too busy trying to dodge the next little piece of shit that might get stuck to you. It's about noticing the tiny turds in your life before they stick. Every time something feels off, address it. Not in a big dramatic way. Just a simple, hey, that didn't sit right with me, and move on. Get rid of the small shit before it becomes a stinky mess you can't ignore anymore. Have you ever cooked in a slow cooker? It starts out on low heat, and you think everything is fine. You throw in a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but you don't really pay attention to it. Over time though, the pressure starts to build, the ingredients start to simmer, things start to bubble. The more you let it cook, without adjusting the heat or checking on it, the more intense the pressure gets. Now imagine that slow cooker is your emotions, and every time you avoid confrontation, you're turning the heat up a little. It seems harmless at first, but eventually, that damn cooker explodes. Boom. Now you're spilling your frustration and anger all over everyone. It's not even about the thing that you were pissed about in the first place. You just lost your shit. Don't let it simmer until it boils over. Confront things while they're still simmering. Check in early. Adjust the heat before you start a goddamn kitchen fire. Let me ask you, have you ever seen a snowball roll down a hill? It starts off as a little thing, right? But the more it rolls, the more snow it picks up, and the bigger and faster it gets. By the time it reaches the bottom of the hill, it's a massive, unstoppable fucking avalanche. Every time you avoid confrontation, you're letting that snowball get bigger and bigger. What starts off as a small irritation ends up as a massive problem. It's no longer just one thing. It's a whole mountain of shit that you didn't address. Catch it early. When that snowball starts rolling, stop it before it becomes an avalanche. A quick conversation, a small shift, and that tiny irritation gets diffused. Don't let it build up like something bigger than it needs to be. Why the hell is confrontation so important? You think you're avoiding pain by not confronting things, right? You think by staying silent, you're sparing yourself the discomfort, but in reality, all you're doing is kicking the can down the road. You're postponing the inevitable blow-up. You're avoiding discomfort now, but you're setting yourself up for way more pain later. Your brain doesn't know the difference between suppressing feelings and holding your breath. When you bottle things up, you flood your body with cortisol, the stress hormone. That shit is like acid, eating away at your health. It's a constant, low-grade poison. And what happens when you're under constant stress? You're tired, drained, short-tempered. And over time, you start getting fucking sick. So the peace you're trying to keep is costing you your energy, your health, and your well-being. So why are you so afraid of confrontation? The fear of confrontation comes from the idea you'll upset someone or make them think you're difficult. You don't want to rock the boat, right? You don't want to feel like a problem. But here's the raw, brutal truth. Avoiding confrontation is the problem. It's like ignoring a cancerous tumour because you don't want to deal with the pain of treatment. Well, guess what? That tumour grows and it ends up fucking up your life in ways that are 10 times worse. You're afraid of how they'll react, but guess what? You're reacting to their potential reaction. And that's already controlling you. You're letting the fear of what could happen keep you stuck in the cycle of avoidance. And that's exactly how you give away your power. Get comfortable with discomfort, lean into it, speak your truth and realise when you don't confront something, you're allowing it to control you. You're the one who's being weak. When you let fear dictate your actions, when you face the fear, you break free. And that's where the magic happens. The karma of not confronting, here's the kicker. When you avoid confrontation, you're not just doing damage to yourself. You're doing damage to the people around you. You're showing them you're okay with being dishonest. You're telling them your feelings don't matter, that your truth doesn't matter. You're feeding them a lie. And here's the thing about karma. The universe always gives you back what you put out. If you're putting out dishonesty and passive aggression by avoiding confrontation, guess what? That energy comes back to you. It's like planting seeds of resentment. Eventually, that garden of passive-aggressive bullshit grows. And it's all your own doing. Now imagine your life where confrontation is just part of the daily routine. It's not dramatic. It's not a big deal. It's just part of how you roll. You feel lighter, more confident and emotionally free. You stopped holding all the fucking weight inside. You're emotionally solid. You're not a ticking time bomb. Your relationships get stronger because you're being real. You communicate more effectively. You don't let shit pile up. And guess what? People start respecting you more because you're standing in your truth, not hiding behind a mask of politeness while you rot on the inside. When something bothers me, I notice it right away and address it. I speak up calmly and clearly without aggression. I trust myself to handle uncomfortable situations. I take control of my emotional world by facing challenges head on. I confront things early so they don't become overwhelming. This is you now, the person who speaks their truth, the person who isn't afraid to stand up, not just for themselves, but for the people around them. You'll be free, you'll be strong, and you'll feel like a goddamn superhero. So go ahead, take charge of your life. Be the one who doesn't let things slide anymore.